Well, I couldn't stand my hometown one damn bit. I needed a change, I needed some kind of trip. So to keep my brain sane and from going under, got me a job at a dude ranch for the summer. Well, I called my buddy Wayne before I headed out. I said, hey man, you wanna go see what this country's all about? He said, yeah, sure, I'm down for the drive. So we set out for the big Montana sky. Well, we left Cackalack about 7:45 and gave Wayne enough time to wake and bake. We planned to make a stop before the Mississippi, so I decided on lunch in Music City, Nashville, that is. So we pulled on into Nashville, Tennessee at a real low speed because of our baggie of weed. My buddy Sean was in town trying to sell some oil. He calls us up wanting to smoke a bowl. Reefer, that is. The devil's lettuce. Cannabis sativa. Well, Sean said the eating would be as good as it gets if right before we took a few good hits. You see, I wasn't smoking no dope back then. You know, my mom and pa said it was a Schedule I sin. So I refused, you know. I ain't no sinner, not me. So we found us a good spot right downtown, but the cops were just cruising around and around. Pass the country cabbage, said my buddy Wayne. If we can't smoke it, then we'll just eat the damn thing. And so they did. Well, they was stoned to the bone. We was hungry as hell, so, you know, I tried to pull up some on my smart cell. I said, you know, I'll tell you where we're gonna go. Arnold's Country Kitchen for some home-cooked meatloaf. 2:30 on the dot. We were just in time. They was just about to close down the buffet line. I grabbed my tray, about to place my order. I spotted the singing mailman in the corner. About lost my shit, about shit my drawers. Trying my best not to pass it on the floor. You know, I wanted to speak, but I sure wasn't able. I mean, that was John Prine sitting at that table, wearing his black t-shirt, his Levi jeans, his plate full of meatloaf, potatoes and greens. Banana pudding was his choice of dessert. A living legend with a gravy stain on his shirt. How about that, y'all? A living legend with a gravy stain on his shirt. Well, my head was spinning and my knees were shaking, and Lordy, my two buddies were still just a baking. I finally got the courage to go up and talk to the man. You know, I just had to tell him I was a real big fan. But he still had some meatloaf he'd been chomping on, so we didn't get a chance to talk very long. You know, I just flat out told him, I like your songs. He said, thanks, son. And I moved along. But before we got up and decided to go, I asked for a picture, and he said no. You know, I'm sure Mr. Prime wasn't trying to be mean. You know, he just didn't really want to make a scene. Not in the restaurant and all. He was a humble man, that John Prine. But I got some shots of him while he was getting sweet tea, 'cause Lordy, I know ain't nobody gonna believe me. Just glad they didn't call in security. I didn't want to spend the night in a jail in Tennessee. And then he rolled away in his Cadillac DeVille. I still didn't believe any of it was real. Hope to meet him again in eternity. That was meeting Prine at the meeting 3. Well, that's how it all went down in my recollection. I got the next round of Handsome Johnny's, I reckon. A diet ginger ale with smearing off red vodka. How about let's all sing that song about the happy enchilada? That's the way that the world goes round. You're up one day and next you're down. It's a happy enchilada. You think you're gonna drown. That's the way that the world goes round. That's the way that the world goes round.